Welcome SAO survivors, it's me Gamerturk, your best source of Sword Art Online information, and for the first time we're receiving an actual community event in Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. Honestly, I do not know what took them this long, since such things are a staple for live service games, though frankly, they probably were not too pleased with the average player numbers in Season 3 and realized they had to do something. Just wish we could start these simple and neat ideas early in SAOFD's life cycle, but I digress. July Extreme Raids will come with a defeat count challenge event where the community will work towards defeating both the Reaper Tempest between July 17th and 24th and the subsequent new EX raid of the season, Sword Golem Catastrophe, between July 24th and the 31st. And you can guess what I was rolling my eyes the entire time for. They were literally doing this back in the beta, counting community efforts and celebrating the exact defeat count, and they have spent 9 months never doing anything with it. But anyways, the rules are simple. Each defeated raid boss logged into the server will increment the defeat count by 1. So that means even if you, personally, lose out, even if a single person in that lobby manages to finalize the raid, the count will go up by 1. Though it's specifically the defeats themselves, so 20-player lobby winning a raid without losing anyone will also only count as 1. I know it was quite self-explanatory, but I know at least one of you were gonna ask it in the comments, so there you go. Once the community reaches 2000 EX raid clears, everyone will receive 1000 talisman materials, and do not underestimate the measly reward. That's enough to create 10 talismans, or to replace 3 main talisman effects, or to replace 6 sub-talisman effects. They are still a relatively rare currency, especially if you're sticking to boss raids or the gauntlet only. They drop a little bit more in co-op as chests contain them as well, and co-op has plenty of chests. But moving on, 3000 EX raid clears and players will be given 10 upgrade materials Z, which are the materials you use to transfer the rank of an item into a lower level one, allowing you to carry your optimized equipment forward basically. And when we reach 4000 EX clears, we will receive an SAO ticket, finally! Finally, they're using the tickets in a meaningful way to encourage players. As I have been saying since launch, providing an additional SAO ticket a month for players to engage with different parts of the game, it would not affect their bottom line all that much with the amount of outfits and bundles they had in store already, and they finally decided to give it a go. I know, in the grand scheme of things, this is not technically something to do, it's more of a carrot, an encouragement to play the existing content, but in my opinion, it's also a good encouragement to get people into EX raids. I just hope they will actually find good ways to announce this to the players, because one forgettable tweet 2 weeks before the event is held, which has been the standard so far, is not going to achieve anything. People have already forgotten about this. That's why I am making these news like 2 weeks after you posted them, 3 days before the event actually goes live, so it stays in people's memories. First off, you need to repost it once the event is actually live in 3 days. Yes, can't believe I have to say this, but please let people know of events when said events actually happen. Additionally, you need to post it in the in-game news section, which you'll probably do, that's the one thing that is regularly done, but the news section is borderline invisible in the game. Do not bother sending an announcement via the in-game inbox until you actually implement a notification icon on the lower right for when there are new messages. I can guarantee you, more than half of your player base has not opened that tab since the AGGO campaign, where they had to manually enter a code and had to, basically were forced to go in there to claim the rewards they had just redeemed, thus practically missing out on every single gift, apology and informational message you sent out to them since then. Get your social media teams active. Japan is already in idle mode since launch, not sharing anything visually captivating at all and skipping on communication on a lot of events. And the global account is basically locked into your lackluster communication from Japan with no agency of their own, while also sharing the same things a week or two too late quite regularly for some reason, almost advertising events that are already over, which would have been really funny. We have gotten really close a couple times. So, Create captivating visuals, little GIF/webm introductions for your things. There's a reason I get more interaction than the official global SAO games accounts, and it's not because I'm such a charming person. It's because I try to do things that are at least remotely interesting for fans and can catch the eyes of those who are on the fence otherwise. Aside from social media, you know there are other communication channels you can use, right? Those news cards on PlayStation 5 that not many look at, admittedly, but it catches the eye of a person just when they log in regardless. Those blog/news entries on Steam that can be used for more than just patch notes. Wait, you do actually share your patch notes there at least, right? oh, thank God, you actually share them there. Okay, that's something already. And in fact, hey, would you look at that? You shared the announcement for the Clear Challenge as well. That is the first time in 9 months that an in-game event was shown there. Do it more. Provide your monthly calendars there, why not? Actually preview your trial pass content, store cosmetics, and raid and gauntlet exclusive rewards on your Twitter with a quick visual, something. Please, it literally takes 10 minutes for me to create such a visual, and 5 minutes of it is finding an active lobby and loading into the raid to record it. Japan, please do not be stingy with your marketing assets, or at the very least, let the US side take the initiative and do things their way. It's been over 9 months of this super mediocre communication. I'm just exhausted. But that's the news, that's the rant. See you on the 17th against the Skull Reaper Tempest to collect our first niche fragment as well. Check the previous video for more information on that event. And until then, stay cool.